This would be how it would be shown more in China. You don't see the seasons. Well, they wouldn't have the colors either. They would have the yin and the yang representing the two sides. And in this case, the yin yang is a little different because I put the sun in the center just to accentuate a little bit more. But you can see, if you're looking at the lines, you can still see the daylight increasing on the first line, the second line, nighttime is increasing. Then you can see the dark half or the light half of each season. It's there without words. And when we get in, now each of these factors has specific meanings. Each of these trigrams has a family membership, it has a nature symbol, it has a quality or characteristic. They're like, they have their own meaning. So it's another database of relevance. And when they go to interpret the lines, the three lines go back to a basic philosophy in life. Half of the sky is above us when we're born. Half of the sky is above us at any time, and half is below us. So there's three forces in life: what's above, what's below, and what's in between. So we have half of the universe is above us, half is below us, and here we are in between, being ground or interacting between the two of them on the surface of this planet. So this is the beginning philosophy of the trigrams of the I Ching. Now, the above, sun, moon, the seasons, the moon phases, the lights above, that's our seasons, our day, our moon phases, the whole planet, the whole life cycle is in that higher above light. Below is the earth that we stand on, the physical, material, mundane concerns in life. And here we are standing on the earth, but the sky comes down to the top of our feet. You know, it's not just up there, it comes all the way down to the top of our feet where it meets the earth. Yeah, so here's just a picture of the heavens, the earth, what's above, what's below. What's above is light or dark. Then they would say what's above is light or dark. It's a solid line or a broken line. It's light or dark. What's below, we're on a firm foundation or a yielding foundation. We're standing secure or we're not. So just from that, if you're standing secure and it's light out, wow, easy to do things. If you're standing secure, it's dark out, you can't see where you're going, but at least you're on a firm foundation. But if you're not on a firm foundation and it's a vulnerable foundation, and it's light, at least see what you're navigating through. But if it's dark out and it's not a secure foundation, you're not going to walk because it's going to be dangerous. So, and here we are, man, inside, between the firm and yielding forces below and the light or dark of the heavens above. And man is experiencing love, or we're either in love or we're rectifying the situation. If we're in love, we're radiating everyone, touch to everything. But if we're not, we're having to fix it, adjust it, juggle it, manipulate it, change it, strategy it, work with it, whatever. Like there's a whole bunch of just love and rectitude are two nice words for the duality of man. You know, like you could say creative and receptive, just being creative and being receptive, but it's more than that. But we're in between. This is the basis of the philosophy of the interpretation of the lines and of the trigrams in the I Ching. They're passed on more because they've been used over years. The astrology got put behind it, became more of a divination. They ask questions to get answers. It's been interpreted more numerologically. But the original wisdom and meaning came from, and the visualization came from the stars, came from astrology, came from how we connect into life. It is astrology. Okay, so this is the first trigram, the winter trigram. Don't have the signs here, we just see the trigram. It's a firm below, firm foundation, solid, receptive. It's the human is being receptive, and it's dark above. So this is the first time he does things. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't see where the implications are. He just does things. So every trigram has a family member, has a nature symbol, and a qualification around this. But this is the first sun. The first sun will be the solid line on the bottom. The second line is considered the saddle line in the middle. The third sun will have the solid line on the top. The first daughter will be two solid lines with a broken line on the bottom, and a broken line in the middle, then or a broken line on the top will be the daughters as the broken line goes up or down. But this is the first sun, and it, there's this sudden movement in darkness. It's movement in darkness. Something's happening. You can't see it, but you can hear it. Like there's a movement, but you're receptive. It's dark. You can't see it. You're receptive to it, but something definitely is happening. The first sun's here. If it's quiet now, you know the first sun's getting in trouble or doing something he shouldn't be. So it starts from just the family members, but really the nature symbol given to this is thunder. It's quiet, it's dark, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a rumble. Boy, it shakes us up. We hear it, it shakes us up. That first sun likes to shake people up like that. They're shocking. They start things and instigate things, and it's a rumble to other people. So it's the first sun, it's thunder, and the attribute given to it is the arousing force, because thunder wakes you up. It gets you up and arouses you. Whoa, you get alert, something's going on. If there's thunder, there's going to be light, there's going to be rain. It's like there's an alertness that comes in to what's next. So in a lot of the Chinese philosophy, they've put in Confucius, Lao Tzu. If you go back, Fuxi was the original ancient one. Then there's Duke Chao, King Wan. There's different characters that have written. It was in the time of Duke Chao that words were added to this. It used to just be an oral tradition. We'll make more sense of it. We'll put this into more places as we go on, but I got to start you in a simple way to see these foundations and how they're connected, how by the light and darkness are exactly connected, the same thing as we're measuring the zodiac. These are two strange things. It's the same thing. So here's the second one, the light half of winter. You know, it has the light, the solid broken as the one before, but it's not the dark half, it's the light half. So solid, broken, solid. This is the solid, broken, solid. It's light above, not dark above. It's receptive or passive in life. It's firm below. So firm below, light above, but receptive. This gets the image of lightning or a fire. Okay, so in one way it's lightning because you have the thunder, then you have the lightning. You can see for a second. You know, it like gets your attention. But in the symbolism, the light above, the firmness below, like it's almost like in a way it's kind of a flame because you have the blue or the darkness in the center of the flame. You can put your hands with the center flame, not get burnt, but above or below, it's really hot. So there's many logics around this, but I'm not going to go deeply into it. This is the second daughter, and the broken lines in the middle. The first daughter would be at the bottom, the third daughter broken would be at the top. But this is the fire, and the symbol of fire and lightning that goes with it is clarity. The nature, so you have the nature symbol is lightning and fire. Fire is generally given to it, and it gives clarity. When there's fire, you can see even in the dark. It's light, so there's a clarity, there's a perceptiveness within this. So the second daughter can see, the older sister can see, mom can see what's going on, and knows how to get seen, knows how to get attention. So we have the second daughter, the fire, and there's another quality of the clarity of fire. Fire is sometimes it's called fire, and it's called the clinging fire. Clinging because fire has to cling to fuel. When there's no fuel, there's no more fire. So there's an interdependency with fire and fuel, although we're seeing the light and the fire. So the second daughter has the light and seeing, but there is an interdependency with the family. This one, the first one, solid, just right, solid below, solid above, daylight increasing, daylight is greater, dark side. This is the dark side of springtime. And when we look at the hexagram just in itself, we'll see there it is in Aries, like would be the dark half of solid, solid, and broken, the dark half of spring. And this is the second daughter. Or this is the third daughter. I'm sorry. The third daughter is on the broken line on the top, the two solid lines below. The middle lines. This is the third daughter. The third daughter is kind of the most detached from the family. She's not having to be working as hard as the first sister, as the first daughter, and the second daughter is doesn't have to do as much, isn't expected to do as much as the second daughter. She gets off easier. She gets spoiled a little bit more. Now, in nature, what this becomes is you had the thunder, you had the lightning, this is the rain, this is the water. This is springtime, everything's melting, it's raining, it's flooding, it's water's everywhere, the snow's melting, everything, there's a lot of water. So it's springtime, but this nature symbol is the lake, the water as it accumulates in the lake, and the potential for the lake being full or for overflowing. But lakes are one of the most enjoyable things in life. In nature, we enjoy lakes more than almost anything else. So the symbol for this is the third daughter, it's the lake, and it's joy, the joyous lake. But this came from the Chinese side, but it's the joyous lake of spring. It's the joy and passion and pleasure of spring. Excuse me. Okay. Originally in the earlier system, the first four were just for three sons and the father, and the three sons, and that's an older version, but what's been passed on is more doing it the way I'm interpreting it at this point. Okay, then you have the three solid lines. Daylight increasing, daylight is greater, the bright side of springtime. This going up to the summer solstice, up to the greatest brightness. You can see it in the spiral. That anchors it to the seasons. And these three solid lines, light above, firm foundation, light above, and active and strong in life, creative in life. This is a symbol of the father. You're going to question dad. He's got to be active in doing things. Everyone else adjusts. So the symbol of the father, then in nature it's given the symbol of the father, the heavens. You could say the sun, but really it's the heavens, the lightness, the brightness of the heavens above, the guiding light. So we have above the light, we're acting on it, and we're on a firm foundation. It's almost like you could do no wrong, it's your move. But this is the father. The father is the strength, and the light of the family. So our Father who art in heaven. So we have the heavenly light representing the Father, and the most independent part of the zodiac. Now, so it's the Father, the heaven, and the idea is creativity. The Father created this male interpretation. This is a very male-female nuclear family or way of interpreting things. But it's like the Father is the creative. The mother's the receptive. So the Father represents doing things out in the world. The mother ends up representing nature and life and earth and receptivity and growing and nurturing things. Father's not into the nurturing things. It's making things, it's being creative. It has its own individual strength, but it has its own social weakness. But this is the Father, the creative heavenly Father, or the Father, the heavens, and creativity, or independent activity.